Is alt season over? Is there even an alt season? What's happening with the cycle? It's the worst cycle ever. That's probably what you also see on X or on YouTube, or everyone, like all these influencer gurus screaming at you that this is, you should get out of the market, or I don't know what. I'm going to tell you, everything is fine. Everything is exactly like last time, and I'm going to show you why. So here in yellow, we have this vertical line that's the Bitcoin halvings that we had. We had 3 Bitcoin halvings so far. And what we can see is after the Bitcoin halving, it took us 7 months until we saw the drop of the Bitcoin dominance, which is basically the altcoin chart. If the chart goes down, we see an alt season. So it took us 7 months until the start of the alt season. What a coincidence! In the second cycle, it took us exactly 7 months until the start of the alt season. And another coincidence, in this cycle, we are currently seeing the top 6 months after the halving. And I don't care, yeah, 6 months is not 7 months, but it's kind of the same. So I really think this could be the top of the Bitcoin dominance, and we're now seeing the start of the alt season. But also, if we take out this top and we make another high, that would be perfectly fine, because then we're right on track with this chart. Then we are 7 months into the halving, 7 months after the halving, and we should see an alt season. So either this is the top, or we see this month another top. That's what I'm thinking. Also, if we see another top 8 months after the halving, that's also like the same. But right now, I think this could be the top. So what's also interesting is when we actually saw the first correction after the start of the alt season. So this is what we are seeing here. I think I should go to the weekly chart for this one. So in the first alt season, we had 4 weeks until the first correction. On the second alt season, it took us 5 weeks until the first correction. And right now it took us 3 weeks until the first correction. So again, we are right on track. That's basically the average. The first one 4 weeks, the second one 5 weeks, now 3 weeks. It's all kind of the same. So everything is lining up. And we are also seeing what's happened after this correction. The huge dump. So you shouldn't fade this. Honestly, this is the time to really back up and load up your bags. So you're also seeing when the correction, yes, one is when this has ended, this dip. So here it took us 2 weeks until the end. Here in the second cycle it took us 3 weeks until the end. And now we are 2 weeks in the correction. So again, we are right on track. Everything is lining up perfectly. Perfectly. That this is the best time to buy. And everyone who is fading this now is going to miss out big. Because this really could change your life. Don't miss this. Everything is showing perfect. And of course you could say, no, but this time is different. But history has shown if you said this time is different in the last cycle, you will get absolutely wrecked. So why would I ever tell this time is different in this cycle? No, I'm only telling you this time is different if it's actually different. But right now, nothing is showing us this time is different. Nothing. So don't say this time is different, because it's not. It's not until it is, but right now it's not. So just trade the cycle like it's always have been. So this chart clearly shows us alt season is going to happen. So in this chart, what we are seeing is the others against the Bitcoin chart. So basically, every altcoin outside of the top 10 is going to outperform Bitcoin. And this is also very interesting because it's also lining up perfectly. We had here this first one up, and after that we saw a big correction. This time it's exactly the same. We had this one up, big one up, and the big correction. And after this correction is when alt season really started. So what we saw after we had hit the bottom, of course this was the actual bottom, but I'm taking this here now, because this is the end of this big correction. After this bottom, we saw one up, and 6 weeks, exactly 6 weeks after the bottom was in, we had our first little sideways consolidation correction. Now it's exactly the same. We had hit the bottom, and 6 weeks after the bottom was in, we are seeing our first red candles, and that's completely normal. And just as I said, we can go low, we can take out this low, because on the Bitcoin dominance chart we saw that we are only 6 weeks after Bitcoin halving. We could also go to 7 like we did in the last cycles. So everything is again the same also in this cycle. But you're also seeing on the others dominance chart, this is like how the altcoin chart is dominating the Bitcoin the crypto space. We're seeing it has respected this parallel channel, like we got in here since 2017, and since then we have respected it. And we saw, if we go to the monthly chart, we see it's pretty clear. Every time we touch this trend line, we had a massive one up. Here again, also this time. And right now we are sitting at the bottom, so why wouldn't you buy here? Because this AM is different? No, the time is not different. Guys, come on. Here the same. First big one up, big correction, and alt season. Same. Big one up. Again, we test the slower trend line. Same as here, with the big correction. And now is where alt season is coming. We're probably going to touch this higher end. So we are here, and we're going here. So why would you sell here? That's completely stupid. So these charts show clearly Altseason is not cancelled. And if you still think Altseason is cancelled, then please take a look at this chart. That's a USDT dominance. But actually, here is something different. Since 2017, we have never broken below this trend line. And this is actually the first time we have broken below it, and we are retesting it. And the reason why we're having this bounce right now is because we have this big horizontal with resistance level or support level, which bounce perfectly here. But at the same time, we are currently retesting this trend line as resistance. So once we break this horizontal trend line, maybe we retest it, this is when we see the parabolic one. And then you wished you had bought more. I'm going to promise you that. So another thing I want to tell you is, this is a total crypto market. We see we are far above the all-time highs. On the total too, this is everything except Bitcoin. We haven't taken out the all-time high, which shows that Bitcoin is still a far outperformer. Now, if we exclude Bitcoin and Ethereum, we have taken out the all-time high. So Ethereum actually is an outperformer. But what I want to show you is this chart, the others chart. This is everything excluding the top 10. Here we didn't even take the all-time high, and we are sitting really low. So we have seen this is including the top 10. We have already took out this high and made a pretty significant move to the upside. So money was rotating already to the high caps. So please don't buy the high caps. Like, the money has already been there. You want to be here in the low caps. The low caps that haven't broken out yet. What is the reason to buy Cardano or I don't know, Algorand if they're already up? Like, don't buy XRP now. You had a chance when it was like low. Why do we want to buy it now? The things that are already low now are the low caps. Go into the low caps. We have alt season. If you want to take risk now because Altseason ahead. Don't go and buy Sandbox or I don't know it. You can trade them, of course, trade them, that's fine. But don't sit on the backs of them. Really, like if you want to make money, okay, I can understand if you have like $1 million portfolio and you don't want to take much risk, but if you only have like 5 to 10K, there's really no reason for you to sit on, I don't know, Cardano. Like honestly, be here where the money is not yet. Like the money is in Bitcoin already. We took out all-time highs far. You can see money is not yet in Ethereum, but money is already rotating into the higher caps. Yes, high caps will go higher, altcoin will go higher, HY will go higher, but there's no much money, much money to be made. You want to make money. If you're already in them, yes, I would honestly sell a lot of my bags and go to the lower caps. But this sector hasn't exploded yet, so I'm mostly buying this sector. I hope you like this video. Like it if you like it. If you not like it, and if you're not sure, still like it, because no one can be sure about anything.